Good morning, everybody. What's up? I'm at a place in central New Hampshire that I used to come to almost daily before I went to work. So I used to live in the area. It's, I don't know, it's awesome. The water remains pretty cool even during the dead of summer. And, you know, I would come here every morning and every night when I was really, really ill, as a way of kind of recharging my batteries and getting back in touch with natural surroundings. Because, so years back, going back about, 2 summers or so, I was under a tremendous amount of stress, and between that and just pushing myself too hard and surrounding myself with a lot of technologies that in essence kind of acted like a distraction, as well as working a job that had me under artificial lighting late at night, I started to develop adrenal fatigue and as well as leaky gut. And slightly before all that happened, I had mercury amalgams removed from my mouth. And when all those things combined together, I literally just the bottom dropped out, and I more or less felt like I was dying, because in essence I was. And it took me a good 9 months to recover. There were a whole bunch of things that I did, but one of the biggest things was taking time to just slow down. And I still, for a short time period when I was sick, I did have to work. I was able to recover for a little while, but then I did have to go back to work when I was still not feeling good. And, you know, those symptoms looked like, it felt, I really couldn't eat much. And it was, ironically, I couldn't eat much, and I was gaining weight. So this is pretty indicative of having high cortisol all day, and more or less I felt like I was having a heart attack every time that I ate something. So, and it didn't matter really what I ate. The only things that I could take in that didn't really give me that much issue was salmon and coconut oil. So there was a long time period where that's all I could really take in. But and you know, it felt like I would be going through my day, and I don't know if you've ever been on an elevator and you kind of feel right when it levels out, when it gets to the floor you want to go to, and it levels out and you feel that like bottom dropping out. That's how I felt, and you know, my entire system was just crashing. But one of the things that I did was to bring my body back into balance using nature, and I'm defining nature as, you know, getting out and away from technologies and distractions and out into more, we'll say, wild places, because some people will say that everything is natural, but that's another topic. So, and you know, if you get yourself out in the morning sun, this helps to set your rhythms for the day. You have within you, they're referred to as the circadian rhythms, and the circadian rhythms in humans look more like a hormone cascade, and there's certain things that happen at certain points in the day, and two of the things I'll just briefly cover here is your cortisol rises in the morning, and this is what wakes you up, and then in the evening melatonin sets in once you go to sleep, and that helps your body get into a deeper states of relaxation, causes cellular repair and all that stuff. Now, with modern life, whether it be from electronic devices stimulating us, or actual stimulants that we intake, such as caffeine, nicotine, anything like that, that can cause an imbalance in those rhythms. Now, the things that I mentioned, they're neither good nor bad. I'm not against the use of technologies. I mean, I'm talking to you on a camera right now, and I do like coffee and things like that, but it's knowing when to use them and when not. And if you are in a debilitated state, I mean, it's obviously good to avoid internal stimulants, things that you're ingesting, but taking time out, even if only for a few minutes a day, to hang out in nature and just kind of let yourself calm down. Doing this with consistency has quite a similar effect as meditation would have if you actually got deep into meditation, because it just allows your system to reset and chill the hell out, because we're typically way too overstimulated. And that stimulation it can actually have good effects in short doses, because you don't want to just become some like blob that just can't, is not resilient to anything. But most of us overdo it. So that's, you know, just take time out of your day as much as you can to get out into wild places and let your body recharge. Be around natural bodies of water. Get out in the sunlight. The sunlight will not kill you. We evolved with the sun. If you're hanging out in it all day, every day, yeah, you're gonna cook yourself. And but you shouldn't have anything to worry about if you get out in the sun before noon on most days. And you know, keep your, one of the things that people run into with like things like melanoma, skin cancers, is a lot of that can be due in part to an overconsumption of omega-6 fatty acids. Under the normal run of things, we wouldn't get that much omega-6 in our diet, but with a lot of things like industrial oils such as canola oil is not a freaking food fit for human beings, so we really shouldn't be eating it. Despite the fact that you walk into Whole Foods and you look at their hot bar and damn near everything has canola oil in it. And even nowadays, most of the olive oils have things like canola oil added to them, despite not being on the label. And what these oils do is, I mean, you start to build your body out of whatever it is that you're eating. And your body will, more or less, when it's storing these omega-6s in your cell membranes, that stuff gets cooked by the sun, and that can be a lot of the reason why people are developing more and more skin cancers, because nowadays people are spending more time out of the sun. They're also putting a lot more sunscreen on themselves, but yet skin cancer keeps rising. And there's a whole bunch of other reasons for that. You know, we can begin to look at sulfation in the body, the lack of vitamin D that is actually produced in the body is also something that helps to ward off things like cancer. And taking a pill vitamin D is not the same as getting it from the sun, so always keep that in mind. I mean, you can definitely take vitamin D, you can alter your levels on a blood test, but it's not doing the same things in the body. And you can obviously Google that and do further research, and I encourage that. It's very important. So anyways, yes, get outside, have some fun. Check out my website, which is charlespeduto.com. Last name's a little bit funky, so I'll just post the link below. And sign up for my newsletter, because I'm going to be doing blog posts as well as videos with those blogs. And you know, I'll be sending that out weekly and all that good stuff. So send me any questions, comments that you might have. And of course, go out and have fun. See you later.